Gurudev, he always told us you should learn Shastra Gyan. Just I remember one thing, once after Gurudev's morning walk, he was sitting in front of his room on the chair. Then all our brahmacharis surrounded to him. Just Gurudev noticed towards me. That means Gurudev, he hints to me, I have to ask any question. That time suddenly just I told Gurudev, you are Uttam Mahabhagavat. I just used this word. Gurudev, you are Uttam Mahabhagavat. Then Gurudev eyes become very big. Then Gurudev called, come. Then my body started to shake. That maybe I committed some offense. And why did I say this word? The Gurudev told. Then automatically my tears rolling down and body started to shaking. Then Gurudev, very softly and gently in love and affection, he also twisted my ears and slapped my cheeks in this way. Then Gurudev asked, how do you know I am Uttam Mahabhagavat? How do you know? Then I start to cry. Gurudev, I don't know. Some people are saying you are Uttama. Then Gurudev told, no. You do bhajan and sadhan, then realize. Then he used one word I remember. Vaisnav ke chine. That means Vaisnav knows to Vaisnav. Who is non-Vaisnav and devotee, he cannot understand the activities of Vaisnav. Bhagavat ke jane. Who is Bhagavat? That means Uttam Adhikari. He knows about this tattva. Somebody speaking, this is another things. But if you do bhajan and sadhan, then realization will come. These things. I remember this thing. And Gurudev with love and affection, he explained this way. And that time he also explained the three categories of the Vaishnava, Kanishta Vaishnava, Uttam, Madhyam Vaishnava and Uttam Vaishnava. Even Kanishta Vaishnava, also three categories of Kanishta Vaishnava, Kanishta, Madhyam and Kanishta Uttam. Uttam, Madhyam categories Vaishnava, also three types. Madhyam Kanishta, Madhyam and Madhyam Uttam. Then Uttam Vaishnava also three categories of Uttam Bhagavat. And Uttam Kanishta, Uttam Madhyam and Uttam Bhagavat. That time he very nicely explained who is Uttam Mahabhagavat. That time you remember he also explained the Uttam categories Vaishnava, the three categories of Uttam Vaishnava. He explained Bhagavat Parshva Deha Prapta or Nirdhuta Kashay and Murchit Kashay. Then he very nicely explained about this Vaishnava Tattva and Bhagavat Tattva.
When I take initiation from my Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, 1970, it is the date of our Bengali New Year beginning, Paila Vaishakh. That only I remember English, maybe 15, 16 May, maybe. But I remember first Vaishakh of Bengali New Year beginning, 1970. That Bengali what year that I not know, but no. So that year I take initiation. After I asked my Gurudev, Bhaktivedanta Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, I heard my mother that after their Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj took them so many holy places to darshan. To ask my Gurudev also, Maharaj, you will be take to us to darshan of holy place. So that time in Damodar month, Kartik month, Guru Maharaj took to us with the first Mathura temple. Before I show Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj darshan, I have done 19 60 or 61, that not remember, but that time I am not devotee. Just like a tourist, I came with my brother and my brother wife to Agra, Delhi, that as a tourist. And my mother asked him, when you go to Vrindavan, Mathura Darshan, you must be meet my godbrother, Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I came there. I remember that time Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj doing some earning or something inside the room. And room that this house, the Dharmashala, that time the temple was very poor condition. We went to upstairs and meet, but Maharaj was inside the room. When he heard from his one brahmachari that somebody come from Chinsura, immediately came out. And so we are do pranam, and he asked me, now you are going Vrindavan, but noon time you must be come take prasad here. He asked, but we not came. Then we are go to the Agra. We not came. This is my, it is called me, my nature. We are not interested that time. I am not interested to go to Maharaj. I don't know Maharaj. They are particular Vaishnava. They are my mama saying Vaishnava is so high. But I could not give so important of that. Then when I came past 1970 in Mathura with my Gurudev, that time a little bit in understand the greatness, how glorification of a Vaishnava. Then when he meet and I am hearing some Katha, Maharaj special Katha is Braj Katha, which I have never heard. My Shiksha Guru also to become Maharaj. In Siddhanto, another Katha I am, and it is the Krishna Bhakti, the topmost I understand. Jinari said that time they are giving that type of Katha, Deho kichu noy, mon kichu noy, Atma is sab. Means body is nothing, Atma, mind is nothing, Atma is the top, everything. কর্ম কিছু নয়, জ্ঞান কিছু নয়, ভক্তি সব। কর্ম fruitful activity not zero, জ্ঞান is zero, bhakti is the topmost. This type of katha, based on this, that katha is going on. So in that time when I heard Maharaj, the Braja Bhakti, how Brajavasi Bhakti and Ananda Bhakti, 1 point, Anna Vilasa Sunnam, that I become amazed. I become charmed. And about the Guru Maharaj Ji, looking is also charming, you know, everybody. If he looks smiling, anybody face, how he is charmed by his. It is not ordinary material charm. It transitions that how powerful he was. Immediately I was so attracted and so much feeling myself. And all the brahmachari that time was a very simple living. You cannot imagine how they living. Very, very simple way. No good cloth, no anybody hand ritual, or you what about the laptop, anything. Nothing. They do bhajan, chanting Harinam. And that time, that I first when come, that time no Premananda, no Subhananda, nothing. That time other brahmachari, maybe Madhav Maharaj, Nandan Prabhu, at that time I not remember. I am not so much going, but brahmachari is so much impressed by me because I brought so many clothes, Thakurji, so many sweets. So they are saying so much, praise me and told, oh Uma Didi, you must become every year. So I was also very much, their love and affection, I was also attracted. And then in this way, 3 years, continuously my Gurudev took us to Brajamandal.
Srila Gurudeva in 1998, it was my good fortune and causeless mercy that Gurudev came into my life. I had been going to a Krishna temple for a couple years in Hawaii, and that particular guru had offered me initiation, but due to my good fortune, there was a devotee named Krishna Vallabha who came to me and gave me the book Venu Gita and suggested that I wait until a pure devotee, I had never even heard of that term before, but a pure devotee was coming. And she promised me that he would be coming to Hawaii. And that was probably 1996. And time went by, I got married, had a baby, and I was in Los Angeles, California, and I received a phone call from a devotee named Prema Mai, and she gave me the instructions how to get to a boat on Marina del Rey where Gurudev would be giving us a talk. I made it onto that boat, and it was so crowded and so packed. I didn't get any contact with Srila Gurudev, but I did get the address of a program that would be happening in Northern California and an invitation to go. So I went home and asked my father if I could borrow the car and got permission from my husband and took my 6-month-old baby with me up to Northern California where Krishna Vallabha was. And she introduced me to Srila Gurudev. And she brought me into the room, and I don't even think I was nervous. I just think that it was so the way it all happened was so easy that I didn't even have time to think. But she brought her in the room. She said, "Gurudev, I brought you a beautiful flower." And Gurudev smiled at me and said, "Yes, I will pick her and put her in my pocket forever." And at that time, I wasn't really understanding, but I think Gurudev really meant that he would hold on to me forever. That's one of the realizations I've had over the years, that Gurudev has never let me go. So there's so many stories that I could tell, and I went to the Badger Festival right after that, and I took initiation, and my son got first grains. And I remember meeting that community and feeling like I had found my people, and that I was probably the happiest I had ever been at that point. The fact that I had really wanted a spiritual master, and now he had come. I had stated earlier that at that point my intelligence was very low, and I really had a very hard time understanding Gurudev, but I knew that I wanted to be with him wherever he was going. And somehow it was my good fortune that I kept, for over the years, being able to follow Gurudev. I was probably pretty offensive at some times, but Gurudev never treated me like that. He always treated me that he was happy to see me and so happy that I was there, and that for some reason always made me feel very special. And I thought that I was the one. Like Gurudev did that with a lot of us. You know, he made us feel that we were super special to him. And looking back now that I'm here in Vrindavan and going on Parikram and seeing how many people are with Gurudev, I can't believe I ever had that good fortune to have that intimate relationship with Srila Gurudev. So it kind of strikes me of again the causeless mercy that we don't know why Guru chooses us, but somehow they come along and they take us. And I mentioned too that, you know, we wear our neck beads, and at the time when I was taking initiation, I didn't really realize that this meant forever. But as I've grown as a devotee, I accept the fact that this means forever, that I'm Gurudev's forever.
When I was about 1 or 2 years old, one of my first memories was when my mum, she was carrying me. I think it was Parikrama month, and I was very small, and I remember I had this person who used to take care of me, and she taught me at a very young age how to say Jai Srila Gurudev whenever I saw him. So I was very small, and one day while Gurudev was walking past, my mom was holding me, and I shouted Jai Srila Gurudev at a very young age. And he turned around and smiled and patted me on the head and gave me his blessings. And that happened quite a lot of times after that too, and I'm really grateful for that. I was with my auntie, and it was Parikrama month, and Gurudev was just about to leave the temple with his Parikrama kirtan, and we were right at the back. And I remember me wanting some sweet rice that he had, So my auntie, I was with my auntie, and I was about 4 at the time, and she was holding me, and I really wanted some of that prasadam that he had. And then she told me, if you really want that sweet rice, then you've got to shout, Gurudev, I want Radha Dasyam. So I knew he wouldn't hear, and because he was so far away, and it's physically impossible for someone to hear from that far away. Then I shouted, Gurudev, I want Radha Dasyam. And to our surprise, he turned around and he looked at us, and he walked over, and I was so shy. And then he said, you want Radha Dasyam? And I did not reply because I was so shy, and he was with the whole kirtan party. And then he looked at my auntie and said, I'm not sure exactly what he said, but I do remember what his meaning was. And he's like, do you want one as well? Which meant, do you want one child as well? And she said, yes, Gurudev. And then now I have a wonderful cousin who's very beautiful,